Okay guys, welcome to another video on Mind Your Step. Today I'm going to be talking about two simple mental techniques you can do to help you get out of your head and into the present moment and into what you're doing. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first technique and what you want to do is something called noting. And I learned this technique from Headspace, the app, and it's quite simple. When you are thinking, you simply note you are thinking, and you do it whilst meditating. But Andy in the app, he tells you to try to apply it in your day-to-day activities and processes. So that's where I got it from, and I find it so effective. And what you want to do is, it's not about, you can dive into the types of thinking, if it's negative or if it has some kind of notion behind it. But I find just noting that you are thinking is one of the most simplest but effective things you can do to get out of your head and just be more with what you're doing, the present moment, and you're literally what's in front of you. When you're in the shower or when you're doing a monotonous exercise, or you're at work and you're ruminating away on your computer, just note, there's thinking. I'm thinking. There's thinking. And your mind will say, no, but this thinking is more important, or this thinking is important. We got to think about this. And that's thinking is thinking. And ultimately, you start to realize that as you just note it for what it is. And sometimes this will be easier to do because your mind will just be like, oh yeah, thinking about blah, 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 that conversation or that, random thing. But then other times it'll be hard to do because you'll be like, no, we actually need to think about this now. And it's like, no, I can think about this an hour from now, or I don't need to think about this for the 3rd, 4th, 10th, 20th time today. Use those sort of rationales to just get back in the present moment. Second technique is about conversations you had, conversations you're going to have, and you will ruminate about the conversation in your head. So you've just had an argument with someone, you've left the situation, say it's even in your house, and you've gone back to your room and you start ruminating or going over the conversation in your head, and you just sort of ask yourself, who am I talking to? This will be a good thing to say, or I should say this, I should say that, or next time I'm in this situation, I should say that. And it's like, maybe think of that once, fine. But if you keep repeating it and the frequency of doing that, you sort of ask yourself, throw it in your brain, just that thought. Who am I talking to? Why do I need to think about this? And sometimes I find that just pulls me back out of it and sort of loses its foundation of why it's important. It sort of tells you that maybe I'm thinking about this because I don't want to be shut down in an argument, or I need to protect myself or structure myself better next time. And you realize there's a lot of anxiety behind it. And that's fine. But I find, like I said, throwing this question at it, that's enough for it to destructure it a little bit and help you just let go of that type of thinking and realize that if the situation happens, I'll deal with it the best I can, or it's already happened. Why am I going over it 6, 7, 8 times, replaying it in my head? What's the purpose of that? Who am I talking to? So there's those techniques, the two techniques. One is just simply noting that you're thinking. The other one is asking yourself who you're talking to when you're ruminating or playing over a conversation in your head.